at the 50. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 14 carries, 61 yards.
Well, obviously he didn't have a great deal of time between games, having to turn around on a short week and get ready for Thursday night football. But he said in pregame he was feeling pretty good and felt more recovered from last week's contest than he would have expected. Didn't seem to think this short week was going to affect him much as he chases a big performance here in prime time.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Up the middle they go. Dobson. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. A big play there on the catch and run, and it's going to yield a new set of downs.
Boy, no problems getting down the field here on this opening drive. They've looked really sharp in the early going, and they've come up with some big plays already. Here's another that's going to set up first and goal.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, first and goal. Now they'll run it on the toss, and he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great play there. His first rushing touchdown of the year. And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead. So the toss play effective, even down here near the goal line.
Yeah, and you're hoping the defense commits too many men to stop the run in the middle of the field and that your blockers can gain a little bit of an advantage. And when they do, foot race to the pylon, and this time he had the speed to win that race.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his second year in the NFL now.
And he comes off a tough opening matchup. Threw way too many interceptions in that game. Definitely not the way you want to kick off a new season. So he said to himself, I got to throw that game out. I'm going to get a fresh start right here in week 2.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. Simply not much more you can ask out of your running back. Over 100 yards and the 3 touchdowns.
And for an old coot like me, I loved it because he did it on the ground. A running back taking control of the game. That's what I like to see.
Hold on. An old coot?
Coot, C-O-O-T.
All right, I'll look that up later. They'll keep it on the ground. Morrison. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line. He provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
And that is a great answer here offensively in this first quarter. You start the game flat, your defense gives up a quick touchdown, but you turn right around and take it down the field yourself quickly and finish with the touchdown run. This could be a game of offense. We've seen 2 sharp drives in the first few minutes.
Extra point right down the middle, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 15 yards there on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Quick hitter here, it's complete. He's into space past the 25, and he takes it all the way down to the 22. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. They'll run on 1st down. Dobson, and this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And you see his numbers from a week ago. He was up over 100 yards then, and he's already hit pay dirt here once in this one.
We always talk about quarterbacks and receivers getting into rhythm, right? Really feeling good, finding each other downfield. I think running backs operate the same way. They can hit a good rhythm and a good stride, and he's carrying it over from last week.
So not quite a 1st down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. The slot man in motion right. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. On play action, they'll throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Oh, and that is incomplete. When you look at this defense, they've been very good against the pass so far this year. Number 4 in the NFL right now.
And, hey, they were stingy in the opener. Didn't allow much of anything at all through the air. So now they come into week 2 saying, hey, let's see if we can do even better. Let's go ahead and get to that number 1 spot.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead, it's knocked harmlessly to the turf. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. No
multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
They bring their punter out there now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down. On 1st down, Dobson. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 42 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Extra bulk up front for 2nd and inches. 3 tight ends. They'll keep it on the ground. Dobson. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with 3rd down looming. He finds his man, complete. It's Moss. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. These two teams all tied after 1. Second quarter now, and it's our home team with possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8. Now a handoff up the middle. Dobson. And just shedding him off there. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the 1st down sack. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
Let's go now. Check. Bring it. Smash.
Up the middle they go. Dobson, and he'll take this one down to the 36. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. They'll drop to throw. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
Looked like they were set up defensively in a zone coverage, but somehow they found a seam because that receiver all alone. By rights, that should have been a touchdown, but somehow this ball's overthrown.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Back out comes San Antonio. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Carr. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. First catch for the NFL's catch leader after 1 week, and it's a 1st down. Now back to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Richardson. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Options galore here, 2nd and a few inches. They're going to look to throw. Complete. Richardson has it. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a 1st down.
Now this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. Now they trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. Now a give right side. It's Morrison, and he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. From the 33, here's 2nd down at 7. They'll set up to throw. And he can't escape, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
The drive had started well after a punt last time. Now it's slowed down a bit, and let's face it, they don't want to punt the ball in back-to-back series. They want a sustained drive on this one.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Back to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. It'll be a sack and a loss of 3, but more importantly, it brings up 4th down. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And it may just be the 2nd quarter, but he's in his zone well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Dobson. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nice satisfying run on 1st down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other,
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far, because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
The offense on third down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. They'll look to throw here. And the pressure gets to him again. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
And on now is the punter, as he'll kick it away for the second time. A well-hit ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Back out comes San Antonio. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like, because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge, because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard. 2nd and 9 from the 44. He'll look to throw. Can't get away, and he's taken down. And while all of that was going on with a sack, it appears, unfortunately, we have an injured player. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
And they'll send out their punter now, as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. On 3rd down, Dobson. And they're going to get him down well short of the first, as he can only get this to about the 19. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. Back out comes San Antonio. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes. Back-to-back, what a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2 for 1 without ever even giving up the football. Here's 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Gray. That's going to be caught by Richardson. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. That is caught. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. Throw left side complete. That's Richardson. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
When the hitch route is run really well, that jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space, all you want there, get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage. And that's exactly what he got done there.
They'll look to throw again. Over the middle, it's complete. They'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll make it second down. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on him. Really well done.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Got his open man, it's Carr. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will knot us up at 10. So they're able to make things level just before half and also leave very, very little time on the clock.
And I love the way that you phrased that. Brought a little soccer into it, and that's really apropos considering they just kicked a field goal to tie things up.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. Some great games still to come, and I think we highlighted one of the better ones right there, as that promises to be a tight one. Plenty to like about the late afternoon games as well. As you see by the highlight, these guys are in for a battle, taking on what should be a very tough opponent. And then lastly, on Sunday Night Football, those fans will be riled up as it'll be a good matchup between their guys and what equates to be a very tough opponent. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one, and we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee Wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
A completion, yes, but certainly not what they wanted. A loss of a full 6 yards. Up the middle they go. Morrison. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 43 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Gray. He's got his target. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. They'll look to throw here on first down.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. Right now, the story of this game continuing to be the defenses, because the offenses, they're finding it difficult to establish any rhythm whatsoever.
I like how you come to us in praise of defense, Brandon, because that's exactly right. That was an incompletion force there, but we've seen it throughout this game. Both of these defense coordinators, they're a step ahead of their offensive counterparts.
Gray now from the gun on third down.
Well, throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. The home team's offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Now a handoff up the middle. Dobson, a solid stiff arm. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
They'll come up now, 3rd and 3.
They'll keep it on the ground. Dobson, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
So possession goes over here on the punt.
Back out comes San Antonio.
We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Up the middle they go. It's Morrison. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now a handoff up the middle. Morrison.
Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. 68 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Up the middle they go. It's Morrison.
And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line.
Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Looking to throw. Gray. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's second down. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Here's Gray, operating from the gun. He finds his man, complete. It's Carr, and he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Back to throw. Gray. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. And for the second time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And this one is right through. And they will take the lead at 13-10.
Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 63 yards receiving for him now, and that last catch good enough for a first down.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
Now a handoff up the middle. Dobson.
And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line.
11 yards there. First down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick. He's been decisive. And he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. 2nd down and a little more than a yard here.
They'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And a quick throw here, that's complete. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. Up the middle they go. Dobson. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. looking to throw. He's got it. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And his guys are going to retake the lead.
And this is the time of game where offensive lines can really dictate a team's fortunes. It's been a tough battle. They've been out there for a long time. But this was a question of who can wear down who. And that's excellent work to put a long drive together and finish it with a touchdown run to take the lead.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. Back out comes San Antonio. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Now Gray, off play action. He finds his man, complete. It's Morrison. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 22 yards there, a first down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Now a play fake here on first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Richardson. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. And they'll send the slot in motion left. They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. Oh, no, he lost the football. And while all of that was going on, we have an injured player out there in need of some attention. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Richardson. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The decision to go for it doesn't pan out. And as a result, possession switches hands. So they'll trudge off the field with a bitter taste in their mouths after that failed 4th down conversion.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of analysis there on the sidelines. Was it the right call? Was it against the right defense? Should they have even gone for it at all? Will that change what they do going forward in this game? A lot of questions to be answered by them. The defense doesn't really care. They're like, bring it on again. We'll stop you the next time, too.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
The offense on third down tonight, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 10. They'll set up a throw. And that will be incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
It has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Good coverage there. An even 50-yard punt leads to a return of 5.
Back out comes San Antonio. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead.
Pressure comes and down he goes. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Morrison. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
94 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback.
The home team's offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line.
And hold on here because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Back to throw here. His throw incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Airing one out deep for Holmes here. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Up the middle they go. Dobson. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Back to throw now on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Now a handoff up the middle. Dobson. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. He'll drop to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. And that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around a training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
During that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
Well, that was absolutely ideal for them, wasn't it? Trying to salt this game away. I think one of my kids just graduated in the amount of time they had the football. That was absolutely impressive.
Everybody wants those salt away the game drives. What makes them successful?
Well, when you're able to mix run-pass, when you're able to control the football and stay ahead of the chains, I'm using every cliche I know, but that's how you get it done because you're not taking negative plays, and that way you're able to run what you want to run when you get a chance to call it.
Point after, right down the middle, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And able to get this out to the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. This is 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive. Gray. He finds his man. Complete. That's Carr. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Back to throw is Gray from the gun on 3rd down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Oh, what a move. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
But here in the 4th quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages, but not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now defensively they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down.
And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Now a timeout called for by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down.
Going for the knockout punch. They'll try and run.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Second and goal from the 6 this time. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game.
Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal.
Well, how about the big guy there showing some agility? He just flowed from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick here is good. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Well, they got the ball already. They're not going to risk the yardage and running another 4th down. They decline it.
And what was that they taught you in law school, that possession is 9/10 of the law?
I didn't go to law school.
Oh, you didn't? I thought you did. Well, I'm going to give that to you anyway. Possession is 9/10 of the law, and it's 9/10 of this game, too. Having the football counts.
You're so litigious.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Back out comes San Antonio.
What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
We'll see if they go back to base. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, this feels like a late season game, even though it's just week 2. Here's a big 3rd down.
Looking to throw. Gray.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted.
And he's going to go down as time has now run out on this game. So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So for the home team here, they at least get the win here to earn a split of their first 2 home games. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for San Antonio, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.